that both Megumi and Suguru, someone with a very similar technique, cover by becoming more skilled at close-range combat, which they even use their summonings in the middle of to make their skills more effective. However, if a user of the 10 shadows is damaged too heavily, their Shikigami will despawn and return to the shadows that they were made from, leaving the summoner helpless when they're pushed their limit, excluding a few last resorts. The Jujutsu Kaisen fanbook describes the 10 shadows technique as the following. 10 shadows. Tokusa no Kage Bujutsu, an inherited technique of the Zenin family that uses shadows as a medium in order to summon Shikigami with various prearranged abilities. In total, there are 10 kinds of Shikigami, but the first Shikigami granted are Divine Dogs White and Black. The first Shikigami, Divine Dogs, are very convenient and possess high agility as well as excellent sensing and searching abilities. For the others, the sorcerer must perform an exorcism ritual in order to subdue the Shikigami. Once a Shikigami is subdued, it can be summoned at will. If a Shikigami is completely destroyed, it can't be summoned again, but the techniques and powers left behind by the destroyed Shikigami will be passed on to the others. This is interesting because it not only goes over the concept of inheritance and rituals behind taming the Shikigami, but also points out that the summonings of the 10 shadows retain their animalistic qualities, like the Divine Dogs, who are based on wolves, having an excellent sense of smell, and using that for tracking the way that wolves would in real life, something that gets explored much more in depth later on. What the 10 shadows essentially is the equivalent of someone making hand puppets and summoning a lethal monster that can murder their enemies because of it, which get even stronger when